he had been on vacations with me where we had taken a bunch of girls down to Cabo and I'd fucked almost the entire lot of them. And so he had seen it. He had seen it firsthand, the girls competing and just like the debauchery. And when you see something like that, you're like, okay, this guy gets tons of pussy. Like he's going to be the smooth talking, whatever. And like, I didn't have terrible game. It's not like I couldn't talk to girls, but I wasn't it just wasn't my approach. Like I wasn't the guy, like I did that in college. Like I went up to a bunch of girls and I would hit on them and whatever. But it wasn't so much hitting on them because I found hitting on them was very counterproductive. So I would invite them to do things. Like I would say, hey, you know, we're having this party. Do you want to come out? We're going out on the boat. You know, do you want to come wakeboarding? I would invite them to things. There would be other girls there. There wouldn't be the real pressure of interaction. And then, you know, you'd end up hooking up at some point. And it was kind of like very casual interactions, subtle stuff. It wasn't the blatant hitting on them. And they wanted, you know, because Hollywood, they paint this unrealistic picture of what is effective with women. They tell you, hey, hit on a girl, tell her how great she is, kiss her ass, do everything she wants to do. All the things you're not supposed to do, Hollywood tells you to do. So, you know, this was another example of like they want you to like aggressively hit on some fucking random girl at the bar, which almost never works.
Right.
Like almost never works.
If it does, she was already ready to go home with someone, or you had something else going for you, like the pre-selection, the money, the fame, something else like that.
Yeah, but in movies, they show it working.
Yeah, the movie Swingers ends with the main character walks into a bar, sees the hottest girl he's ever seen in his life. They get together, and I'm just like, she'd be on her phone. The fuck is this? This would never happen in a million years. And I always thought it was like damaging.
Yeah, it's just, they just perpetuate this nonsense. And yeah, like, oh, you know, can I buy you a drink? You're so pretty. Like, it's just, that's bullshit, man. That doesn't work. That's bad. It's counterproductive. It's a terrible game. And so anyway, so he wanted me to basically, you know, hit on this girl. And I don't hit on girls. I don't do the cheesy pickup lines. That doesn't work. So I didn't really have... And he wanted me to like improvise, and I'm just like, man, this is not my thing. Not to mention like Cameron Diaz was looking at me like she wouldn't fuck me in a million years, which like mentally threw me off a little bit too, you know? So, yeah. And plus she was like way taller than me.
Yeah.
I mean, she's my height, but she had like 5-inch heels on. So she's like 6'2", and Nick's like fucking 6'6". So I felt like a midget asshole. And then when Nick recommended they put boosters in my shoes, it just like totally fucked me up, dude.
Yeah, that would mess with me
like,
too. Yeah.
God damn it, you know? But yeah, man, it's all learning experience, dude. I thought the movies were very eye-opening. You know, like Tom Cruise made a comment and he got roasted about it where he said that acting is harder than being in the military, and people went fucking crazy about it. And I'm like, motherfucker, I've done both. Like I literally like did the hardest training in the fucking military there is. And for me, I think acting is harder, you know, whatever, fucking
it's
sue
a
me.
unique talent. Yeah.
Yeah. But like, you know, maybe some guys it comes fucking natural, but like, you know, when you snap your fingers and you're supposed to just like fucking be a totally different person, you know, in a scene that doesn't feel real to you, that's difficult. And the camera picks up everything, you know, so if you don't believe it, it doesn't come across. And so there's, it's
harder because for some people it's impossible.
Yeah.
That's what makes it harder. Whereas with the military, some of those things are impossible also, but you try harder. You follow directions. You get more discipline. With acting, it's just like one of these things, because I took acting classes for about 18 months, and I just remember seeing these people who could just become someone else and be broken, like become sad, very broken. And I'm not sad and broken. I don't know how to do that. That was the part that I think makes it difficult. You don't know how to be this guy who hits on women.
Yeah. I mean, you're also very comfortable on camera too. So you probably like... you would probably have an easier time because that's like your job. It's what you do. You're like, you know, I always see you fucking hosting with a mic, like, you know, happy, smiling, very comfortable, all this shit. 99% of guys couldn't do that.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So we're not even just talking about that. We're talking about that. And then add on, you have to be somebody else in that moment, believe that and sell that. And so, yeah, it's tough, man. Like it took me a little while to get comfortable on camera. It's not a natural thing. It's like, you know, all these people looking at you. Also, that's another reason why I think like this generation has a lot of anxiety, is because they're not thinking about like them being in that moment. They're thinking about like, how are other people perceiving me? Like, what are people going to think? And that's why I think a lot of people have a hard time doing like the podcast and stuff like that, is because in their mind, they start getting fucked up I saw it with Bob Menery. He was, you know, in his earlier podcast, I could just tell like he wasn't that comfortable. And then as people started talking shit, saying, you know, stuff to him, I could tell it was fucking with him. And then because that's fucking with him, it's like starts compounding, right? Because now he's not just thinking about that, but he's like, oh, fuck, like, am I looking stupid? Like, you know, all this stuff. And when you get into that mindset, when you like get into that frame, automatically you're fucked.
Yeah, you're stuck in your own head, right? Instead of being in the present moment, which I think a lot of the things that you do, the jumping out of the helicopter, that's a present moment thing. That's not something I'm going to do this later. It's just you're in the moment. A lot of the things, the wakeboarding, the surfing, even being with the girls is a lot of present moment stuff that you do, which I think is pretty awesome.